Hey, salut tout le monde, c'est Damoclès, j'espère que vous allez bien. On se retrouve aujourd'hui pour une nouvelle vidéo sur Genshin Impact. On se retrouve du coup dans la quête de Kamiseto Hayato où finalement on est en train de gérer un peu un mariage, mais il y a des choses qui sont pas très cohérentes parce qu'il y a des tensions politiques et tout. Et il semblerait que les mecs de la commission économique nous cachent des choses. Donc même la façon dont la demande en mariage a été faite, il y a une lettre que Hiragi Shisato a envoyée à son mec. Sauf que lui est venu la voir, a priori elle avait rien écrit et tout, c'est bizarre. Donc peut-être qu'il y a peut-être une anguille sous roche et peut-être peut-être en fait une instabilité volontaire qui va être déclenchée pour foutre un peu la merde, hein. C'est possible. En tout cas, évidemment, on se retrouve sur Twitch hein, pour faire cet épisode-là. Donc n'hésitez pas à nous rejoindre grâce au lien en description de vidéo ainsi que sur le serveur Discord.
Hi, nice to see you again, Chisato.
I heard that Sir Kamisato had brought some guests, but I didn't know it was you two.
It's been a while, Lady Hiragi. How have you been faring?
This is a rare privilege, Sir Kamisato. It is not often that I have the chance to meet you, let alone here in the comfort of my own home. I'm doing very well indeed, thank you. You must be so busy. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and congratulate Kamaji and I. It really means a lot.
But of course. The Tri-Commission are the servants of the Shogun, and we should look out for one another. In fact, we visited Sir Kujo just now. It's clear that he's very much looking forward to the wedding. Perhaps his joy is infectious, for I am now feeling rather elated myself. I sincerely wish you a joyful wedding and a blissful marriage.
Thank you for your kind words. This was not an easy decision to make. We will both have to work harder from now on. I'm sure the news will cause something of a stir. But come what may, we will stand as one and face whatever the future throws at us, together.
Sounds like things are pretty tough for you, Chisato.
Yes. To be honest, I'm still a little nervous about it all.
Ah,
But Kamaji has been so supportive. His promises have comforted me a lot.
It sounds like you have some considerable reservations, Lady Hiragi.
Yes. Well, there are so many things I need to consider. In case you were wondering, I was not actually entertaining VIPs just now. I was in fact meeting with one of the Kanjo Commission's officers, Shinojo.
Oh, really? Him?
Mm-hmm. He charged in all of a sudden and said that he had something very important to tell me.
ah.
He didn't mince his words. Basically, he doesn't want me to marry Kamaji.
Je m'y oppose. Il a fini par craquer.
He has always been a calm and contained person who never acts out of line. I was quite shocked to see him so agitated. But despite all that, what he was saying made a lot of sense. He thinks that now is a bad time for this wedding to happen. He pointed out that I am like the final pillar propping up my clan. If I marry into the Kujo clan, that pillar is taken away.
It's just
Merde.
two families becoming one big family, though, right? What's the big deal?
Traditionally, in Inazuma, clan affiliation influences every facet of life. After the wedding, Lady Hiragi will belong to the Kujo clan. The Kanjo Commission's attitude toward you may undergo some significant changes thereafter.
Precisely. This is a terrible thing to be saying, but I'm starting to have second thoughts. Maybe I went along with it all too easily. Maybe I allowed myself to be pushed into this. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I'm making my guests listen to me complaining.
No problem at all. The Ashiro Commission has a duty to listen to you. Now that I've heard your concerns, I should offer to help you as best I can. For instance, by helping you gather your thoughts on the matter. Now, we heard from Sir Kujo that his decision to tie the knot was prompted by a letter he received from you. But we've also heard that you did not write that letter. Sir Kujo thought that perhaps you were just being coy. Oh, dear. Perhaps I should have kept that part to myself.
What? But that was... It was just a prop in his playful proposal, wasn't it? It was clearly purpose-designed, what with all the fancy lettering and so on.
Fancy lettering, you say? So I am to understand that had it not been for this letter, you two may not have chosen this moment to be wed?
When it comes down to it... yes, I think so. Oh, do you mean to say that this letter is not what I thought it to be?
Sir Kujo maintains that the letter was penned by your hand.
Huh? But then... how did...
Either way, it's wonderful to see how much you both trust one another. In that sense, you could say that the origin of the letter is ultimately not of great importance. Who knows? Perhaps Sir Kujo was the one being coy. After all, he had no particular reason to be forthcoming with us about the details of his playful proposal.
I understand. As you say, ultimately, the origin of the letter doesn't matter. But my position does matter. Kamaji and I thought that we needn't worry about anything that lies ahead, because we can face it all together. But now, I think I should give it some more thought.
Marriage is the most important decision of your life. Don't let yourself regret it. It is also part of the Yashiro Commission's job to help people through difficult times. I say this as an advocate for you personally, and for the Hiragi clan. Please, do not be compelled by circumstances to make any decision that goes against your will. To be together with the one you love is a sacred thing. It is my earnest wish that both of you may enjoy a bright and beautiful future, not a bittersweet one.
I'll take to heart every word you have said to me. I can't thank you enough, Sir Kamisato. I'll think very carefully about your advice.
All that matters is that you follow your heart. Since you'll be needing some time to think things over, we will excuse ourselves now.
Oh, wait. Let me see you out.
Thank you, Lady Hiragi, but there will be no need. Traveler, let's find somewhere to talk.
Une couille dans le pâté. Il y a une couille dans le pâté, c'est sûr. À mon avis, je pense que c'est quelqu'un qui a voulu les pousser à se marier pour qu'il y ait de la merde dans le clan, c'est sûr. C'est là, il veut profiter de l'instabilité politique créée par le mariage. Après, la question, c'est qui? Est-ce que ce sera encore un coup d'effet? Oui, ça me paraîtra un peu poussé quand même. Mais bon, allez savoir.
Hiragi Chisato is on a totally different page than Kujo Kamaji. Hayato, why did you give her such vague suggestions? Couldn't you just have told her what you'd do in her position? Cause Paimon's pretty sure you have an idea.
I've said everything I can, given the Yashiro Commission's stance. Interfering too much with other commissions' domestic issues will only create trouble. The more I think about it, the stranger this all seems. But Hiragi Chisato has yet to see it. We must be vigilant.
Strange? In what way?
Someone wants Hiragi Chisato to be married as soon as possible, and if my guess is right, it is someone from within the Kanjo Commission. This person is presumably also responsible for the mysterious and misleading letter.
C'est pas faux.
Think about this. A lowly officer is greatly worried about Hiragi Chisato's future, while the heads of the supporting clans ostensibly have no concern at all. It doesn't add up.
Tu disais quoi? Quelqu'un souhaite... Quelqu'un de la commission économique.
When someone's words and actions do not match, You need to infer their intentions from their behavior.
Quelqu'un convoiterait-il le titre de Hiragi Chasito? C'est ce que je pense en fait.
Yes. It's a smart strategy. Far superior to the one adopted by the Tenryou Commission's Takatsukasa clan. Even had the forged letter failed and been seen for what it was, there would have been no repercussions. They could simply have explained it away as a misguided but well-meaning matchmaking attempt by a member of the family. But if the letter were to achieve its goal, as it has so far, the perpetrator would successfully weaken the Hiragi clan without ever having to lift a finger against them, all under the guise of simply encouraging a wedding. With Hiragi Chisato having married into the Kujo clan and the head of the Hiragi clan in prison, challenges to the Hiragi clan's leadership would begin to emerge throughout the ranks of the Kanjo Commission. Eventually, another clan would take the Hiragi clan's place.
Ouais. C'est un scénario plausible.
Actually, we have evidence. His name is Shinojo.
Shinojo?
He should be back by now.
Yes, sir.
That's the second time you've done that! Paimon cannot deal with this.
Did they take one of the Kanjo Commission officers away?
Yes. His name is Shinojo.
As I expected. They cannot afford to let this opportunity pass them by. They have to act now while the Hiragi clan is at its weakest. Hiragi Chisato had been persuaded by Kujo Kamaji, and the wedding was sure to go ahead. But after Chisato's meeting with Shinojo, she began to have second thoughts. In their eyes, Officer Shinojo has interfered with their plan.
But why did they suspect him and not us?
Someone was eavesdropping on our conversation with Chisato the entire time. That's why I was a little reserved.
No way! Whew. Lucky Paimon didn't say anything stupid.
Attends. D'accord, il y a quelqu'un qui nous a espionné.
But Chisato got what you meant about the letter though, right?
I think so. But whoever is behind this will not allow their plan to fail now. They will not be inclined to respect Hiragi Chisato's own wishes. Her stance was so passive that she was easily manipulated, treated like a pawn, with even her marriage becoming a battleground for political power play.
Super.
Despite all of this, she still believed that a happy future was awaiting her. When she formally marries into the Kujo clan, she will lose her title as daughter of the Hiragi clan, her position in the Kanjo Commission, and above all, her independence.
Marriage is such a trap.
On ne peut pas laisser ce complot se réaliser.
Easier said than done. The perpetrators are manipulating everything from the shadows, letting unsuspecting pawns do their work. This is what makes their approach so smart. We, meanwhile, are out in the open. If we attempt to stop this wedding from happening, we will become the villains of the story and face immense public backlash.
So what are we gonna do?
At this stage, if the perpetrators wish to maintain control over the situation, their only option is to come out from the shadows and bare their fangs. I will wait for that moment to arrive.
Ouais, c'est sûr.
But first things first, we must go and rescue Shinojo. He has done nothing wrong and does not deserve to be punished. Tell me where Shinojo is. We'll head off right now.
Ah, de la baston là, ça y est. Vérité et mensonge. Alors que vous êtes en chemin pour représenter vos vœux à Yato, se rend progressivement compte qu'un complot se trame sous ce mariage. Sans cette déduction, vous vous rapprochez bientôt de la vérité. Allez sauver Shinoju, et il est retenu prisonnier. Dans un donjon. Oh, ça a l'air de sentir le donjon, ça. Ouais, donc au final, il y a quand même des... Il y a quand même... En fait, il y a toujours une anguille sous roche dans ces quêtes-là, en fait. En vrai, la seule quête qui s'est déroulée tranquillement, en fait... De quel personnage qui s'est déroulé tranquillement, c'est celle de Raiden. Paradoxalement. Inspecter la grotte.
stop this at once.
It's the Yashiro Commissioner. Well, we take orders from our master, no one else.
Really? Then please, excuse me.
On va voir qu'est-ce qu'il a dans le ventre, Ayato.
Battle formation! Soldiers, quick!
Oh, il est stylé. Quoi? C'est quoi ce perso? Il est trop bien. Attendez, je vais voir un peu, c'est... Il a quoi comme arme? Waouh! Lune ondulante de Futsu. Accorde un bonus dégâts élémentaire de 12%. Putain, il est stylé en vrai. Je n'ai pas trop inspiré par sa quête au début, en vrai. Mais ça me fume, ça. Ça rend pété, ça. Oh, il est stylé. Il est stylé.
Blast. Let's go. We must report to Master right away.
Hey, get back here!
No need to follow them. We need bait to catch the fish anyway. Leave them be. I think I saw a key fall to the ground during the fight. Let's free Shinojo first. But in all the chaos, it must have been kicked to one side.
What the? It's a tanuki? Oh, don't tell Paimon that the tanuki took it!
Let's follow it and see.
Super, on va devoir poursuivre un tanuki. Allez, donne-moi la clé. Il est passé où? Il est où? Ça, tu casses la porte, hein. Il s'est barré, je crois. Il s'est barré en dehors. Ah non, c'est toujours là, ici. Attends, il est passé où, sérieux? Je suis aveugle à ce point-là? Ah, d'accord, il est là. Putain. Oh, la gueule du tanuki, quoi. Là-bas. Ok, c'est bon. C'est vraiment pour allonger la quête, ça. Ok, c'est bon.
Thank you. It was terrifying. They said they were gonna throw the cage into the sea with me still inside. Oh, wait, you have to listen to me. Lady Chisato's wedding. It's all part of a scheme. Someone's trying to use the wedding for their own ends.
Calm down, Shinojo. It's okay. We know about all that.
Huh?
Our suspicions were roused to this possibility, and so far, everything is unfolding rather as we expected. Those behind this plan are not going to give up easily. Their next move is imminent. We must devise sufficient countermeasures.
Yashiro Commissioner, you're personally going to take action?
This situation has consequences for the whole Tri-Commission, and the stability of all Inazuma is at stake. The almighty Shogun has always despised these pathetic power games. As a commissioner, I am a servant of the Shogun, and it is therefore my duty to handle these tiresome matters on her behalf.
That's true.
Shinojo, don't return to your post yet. Find somewhere safe and stay hidden. Traveler, Paimon, let's get out of here.
Peu de temps après votre départ.
Well, if it isn't the Yashiro Commissioner. I hear you showed up here with no explanation and attacked my men. You wouldn't happen to be carrying out some sort of secret mission,
Ah, c'est lui qui reprend la
now, would
place.
you?
I heard that someone was taking the law into their own hands. As a responsible official of Inazuma, I could not in good conscience stand idly by. Shinojo may be your retainer, but the law does not grant you the right to abuse him.
Le crabe qui passe comme ça.
Abuse? Nonsense. I was just teaching him a lesson. Out of nowhere, a low-ranking officer decides to barge in on Lady Hiragi and start spouting out the most absurd and insulting nonsense one can imagine. A truly egregious loss of decorum. I dare say, the poor lady was terrified.
So, you're saying that you know absolutely nothing of the reasons for his actions? Because otherwise, why would you describe it as out of nowhere?
Two people from two different clans are getting married. That's all there is to it. And yet this young gentleman took it upon himself to fabricate a nonsensical disaster story around it. How should I know what he was thinking? Even if she marries into the Kujo clan, Lady Hiragi will always be the daughter of the Hiragi clan and the most distinguished member of the Konjo Commission. We are, and always will be, her loyal assistants. It's our duty to see that she never has to worry about anything. Loyalty and duty are our guiding principles. Not only did this guard show no regard for either, he went out of his way to upset our lady. How could one do such a thing? Even if we put it down to a rare moment of impulsivity. I have to say, I'm surprised to see one of such noble standing as yourself rushing to his defense.
Darn it! This guy is good. Annoyingly good.
C'est louche, mais il est difficile de trouver des faiblesses dans son discours.
Funny. I'm suddenly reminded of an anecdote I'd like to share with you. There's not been a dull moment since I took up my post in the Yashiro Commission. Every day I've been exposed to new and fascinating things. For instance, a merchant from abroad once told me about a curious kind of bird with the most extraordinarily long tongue. So long, in fact, that you can tie 2 knots in the portion of it that extends out of its beak. I'm sure someone as erudite as yourself could be able to guess what people do with these unusual avians.
Keep them as pets.
You'd think, wouldn't you? But there's a catch. You see, this bird is of no use to humans whatsoever, and certainly doesn't make a suitable pet. If you catch one, the best thing you can do is actually cut its tongue off and throw it out of the window. The reason they give is this. The longest tongue has the most to say, but don't be deceived as it chirps away, lest the song it sings lead you astray.
Pas mal la comparaison.
I say, Yashiro Commissioner, are you here simply to mock the Konjo Commission?
Far from it. In my mind, the Konjo Commission is made up of honorable individuals, upright and forthright, conscientious and loyal. It is unbecoming of such people to resort to lies, deception, and filibustering, all as part of a plan to remove Lady Hiragi from her position in the Konjo Commission.
Yashiro Commissioner, please don't make accusations without any evidence.
The evidence is standing right in front of me, is it not? I have a credible witness who can confirm you were quick to try and make him disappear as soon as he said something that you did not like. Ugh, dear me. I can't believe the Grand Matsura clan is now represented by someone with less of a sense of loyalty than even an ordinary servant. You studied hard and took a government position, only to make it to where you are now just to play these petty power games behind the scenes. I'm not sure whether it's because you're smart enough to play the system, or too foolish to know any better. In your years of service to the Shogun, not only have you managed to glean nothing good from the people around you, you have also let yourself be blinded by self-interest. And now you have ruined your once bright future. I'm not angry, Mr. Matsura. I just feel sorry for you.
Is that right? Then tell me, if you're so bright, what exactly do you think you can do to me?
Te couper la langue et te jeter par la fenêtre.
This is at most a Konjo Commission issue. We'll handle this amongst ourselves. You are reaching rather outside of your bounds, Yashiro Commissioner. If you seek to involve yourself in other clans' affairs, Might I be so bold, then, as to question your motives in doing so? I think you are simply opposed to an alliance between the Conjo Commission and Tenryou Commission, because the new balance of power in the Tri-Commission would be a threat to you personally. So you come here with an elaborate excuse to try and break up this marriage.
So, that's how you view it. Well, I have to admit, you clearly are far more talented than I at monitoring the power balance within the Tri-Commission.
Let me be crystal clear. This wedding is going to happen, and nothing is going to change that. The notices have already been sent out. All of Inazuma City knows about it now. Most of the public weren't aware that Kujo Kamaji and Hiragi Chisato were courting, but you can bet it's all anybody's talking about now. Once the notices go out, that's it. The wedding is a sure thing, even if it hasn't happened just yet.
I see. It seems like I was wrong.
So suddenly we see eye to eye?
I had expected you to at least be smarter than most. But it seems that I was gravely mistaken.
Kamisato Ayato! You... How dare you!
You've made your move. Now, I suppose it's time I made mine.
What do you mean?
Do you seriously think this marriage will bring the Conjo Commission and the Tenryou Commission together? Isn't it at all possible that the Conjo Commission becomes marginalized as a consequence of this union? Goodness me. Well, I've learned a great deal from talking to you. That will be all for now. If you would...
Hey! What was all that? Paimon didn't follow at all.
They had their scheme, but fortunately I was prepared. As I said, they ended up coming out from the shadows and revealing themselves. Let's see how things are in Inazuma City. Then, I'll take you through the details of my plan.
C'est Game of Thrones la quête en fait. La situation actuelle grâce au panneau d'affichage de la ville. Ouais, c'est en Game of Thrones le truc. Et du coup, ouais, c'est beaucoup de diplomatie en fait. Hein. Bah, c'est une lutte de pouvoir de toute façon, cette quête. Hein. En vrai, elle est intéressante. Hein. Mieux ce à quoi je m'attendais encore une fois.
Look at this. The daughter of the Conjo
Et plus long
Commission's
aussi.
Hiragi clan and the master of the Tenryou Commission's Kujo clan are getting married.
Tel a le nom de l'émulateur, l'ancien émulateur Switch, Yuzu.
Sounds like an all-around perfect match, don't you think?
For sure. I'm just surprised. It seems very sudden. I hadn't heard a single word about it until now.
Good luck to them, I say. I'm sure it must have been a hard decision.
Looks like the wedding is definitely going ahead.
Ouais.
It's still too early
Voilà,
to make
Kujo
that
Kamaji.
conclusion. Our adversary wants to push this marriage past the point of no return. However, we can still beat them at their own game. But only if Kujo Kamaji is willing to help us.
Au final, le mariage il va se réaliser, mais l'autre, son plan il va tomber à l'eau. Ça va être un pétard mouillé.
Take it easy.
Welcome. I just heard that the news of my wedding has been officially announced. It seems so sudden. I wasn't ready yet.
Yeah, about that. It's kinda complicated.
Vous expliquez les détails de cette situation compliquée à Kujo
I
Kamaji.
see. So someone's trying to take advantage of our marriage.
If you proceed with the wedding, the repercussions for you are likely to be minimal. But we must take Lady Hiragi's situation into consideration.
I've previously considered this possibility. But in the end, we're getting married for true love. And I've promised her that I'll do everything in my power to protect her.
I understand where you're coming from, but to be frank, she should not need your protection. Or, to put it another way, you have tacitly admitted that Lady Hiragi will need your help to get through the hard times ahead, which perhaps suggests that, deep down, you realize all she stands to lose. I don't mean to criticize you. It is natural to want to protect our loved ones. You're an intelligent and gentle person, and I'm sure you would have been able to think about this more objectively were you not so emotionally involved in the situation. I'm sure you admire Lady Hiragi for being the independent, gentle, resilient, and strong-willed person she is. For the sake of marrying you, this wonderful woman will become someone who has to depend on you for the rest of her life. Are you really okay with that?
I love her with all my heart, and would do anything to make her happy. That's why I cannot abide to see her suffer or be manipulated by other people. Yashiro, Commissioner, you're right. It was naive and selfish of me to take things this far. But it's too late now, isn't it? There are notices everywhere.
I have a plan, but it needs a villain. Sir Kujo, in order for my plan to work, you and I must both play the role of antagonists. But it is not without its risks. Are you willing to help?
If there's a way to salvage this, then let's hear it.
I've told the people at the Kanjo Commission that the marriage isn't going to unify the Kanjo Commission and the Tenryou Commission. On the contrary, it's a terrible idea that will marginalize the Kanjo Commission. The context for this is that they are planning to use this marriage to bring down the Hiragi clan, and the key to their success is coming up against no resistance to the marriage from the Tenryou Commission. But what if we were to imagine for a moment that since the affairs of the Vision Hunt Decree, the Tenryou Commission has been planning to make a move against the weakened Kanjo Commission? The only reason you have been hesitant to act since taking over the Tenryou Commission is because you care about Lady Hiragi's feelings. And so, your plan is to liaise with the Yashiro Commission, to marry her and bring her out of the Kanjo Commission as soon as possible. Once that is achieved, as the person in charge of the Tenryou Commission, you no longer have any reason to hesitate.
I see. This is an ingenious plan. It takes advantage of the situation perfectly.
Ce qui rend Hiragi Chisato indispensable.
Exactly. Our purpose is to change Lady Hiragi's position from an unnecessary burden to an indispensable asset.
Fardeau dont on doit se débarrasser à bouclier indispensable.
By doing so, we can even strengthen her position in the Kanjo Commission. Once our adversaries realize how the network of connections behind the scenes really looks, they'll do their utmost to stop this wedding from happening.
Ah ouais, on va retourner le mariage qui pouvait foutre la merde, en fait, c'est ce qui va tout résoudre. En vrai, c'est malin.
Then, we simply leave them to clear up the mess they've created.
Got it.
So the network of connections? This is all way too complicated for Paimon. Can you just tell us what you need us to do?
Ça restera plus simple.
We have to make sure that the behind-the-scenes story comes to the attention of our dear friends in the Kanjo Commission. Matsura, with whom I spoke earlier, will now be fearing the worst. No doubt he'll be on the lookout for the first sign of a crisis. In that case, he will almost certainly have placed informants throughout Inazuma City. What we need to do is to use these informants as a breeding ground for our fake intel. Sir Kujo, there are certain things that I need you to attend to personally.
Kamisato Ayato explique à Koju Kamaji l'organisation du
It's
plan.
almost time. My ninja has located one of the informants. Let's go and see if he'll take the bait.
Les ninjas qui... T'as des espions qui trouvent un autre espion. Allez observer l'espion de la commission économique. Ça, on va espionner l'espion, quoi. Du coup, il se trouve où? Il se trouve... par là.
That person is one of Matsura's informants. Let's follow him. Be careful not to get seen.
Salle d'infiltration.
Did you see that? Sir Kujo Kamaji just came past here with a huge group of people.
Could it be related to the wedding announcement?
Maybe, but from the look on his face, it seems like something much more serious. He and his men seem pretty intense at the moment. Isn't it all a bit excessive for a wedding?
The Tenryou Commission has sent a load of people to Rito. I guess it must have something to do with the wedding. I think in all there must have been about 100 people so far.
That doesn't sound good. What could be going on? I hope it's just Sir Kujo Kamaji being overcautious.
Ouais, il y a plus de missions il y a plus de missions à Assassin's Creed dans Genshin Impact, à Inazuma qu'il y en aura dans Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Fast, but it appears Master's fears may be well placed. There's no way they sent this many people just to escort
On est à
the
côté de la
bride.
maison
I have to investigate.
je sais plus comment elle s'appelle, mais de la fille là, Yoimiya.
As expected. Let's follow him.
Wow! It's like the whole Tenryou Commission is here.
Excuse me, has something happened on this road? I'm a businessman passing through, and it's a little disconcerting to see this place so heavily guarded.
Ah, please don't be alarmed. As I'm sure you've heard, the wedding of Sir Kujo Kamaji and Lady Hiragi Chisato will take place any day now. Sir Kujo decided to send for Lady Hiragi ahead of time, and have her live in Inazuma City during the run-up to the wedding.
I see.
We are here to clear the way for Lady Hiragi. Not just us either. You'll see more Tenryou Commission members as you go further along. We're all here for the same duty.
Isn't this a little excessive?
Sir Kujo holds Lady Hiragi in the highest regard, and wants to treat her with the utmost respect, from beginning to end.
I understand. Sorry to disturb your work. Drat. It's exactly as Master feared. They say they're here to guard the road, but really they're poised to attack if Master doesn't allow Lady Hiragi to leave Rito. Wait, no. If Lady Hiragi does leave, they'll have all the more reason to strike. But we're in no state to defend against a Tenryou Commission attack. I must tell Master right away.
He ran off again.
Il s'est rendu compte que la situation s'est envenimée.
That should do it. The seeds have been sown. In this atmosphere, mounting suspicion will nurture fear among the Kangjo Commission. Now, we wait patiently for it to grow and ferment. The calm before the storm is always the part that unsettles people the most.
Are they really gonna own up and apologize, just like that?
If you're curious to find out, you can visit the Hiragi clan in Rito in a couple of days.
Ça t'a fait à 100, y a tout le monde qui crie.
I have some other business to attend to, so I won't be spending any more time on this situation. In any case, we've made our move. It's only a matter of time before they give up and surrender.
Vous êtes sûr de vous?
This is not my first time. Well then, goodbye for now. I truly hope that things will work out in Hiragi Chisato's best interests.
He left kind of abruptly. Are things really gonna turn out like he predicted?
Je suis quand même inquiet pour Hiragi Chisato.
Paimon too. Well, let's go to Rito again in 2 days.
Ok, donc on va passer 2 jours. Vérité mensonge, et là je pense que c'est la dernière quête. Ouais, c'est ça. Vous avez fait tout ce qu'Ayato vous a demandé, il ne reste plus qu'à attendre la réaction de la commission économique. Les choses passent entre elles comme il le souhaite. Donc au final, à chaque fois, on met 2 épisodes et le début d'un nouveau pour finir une quête. Donc en soi, c'est 3 épisodes pour une quête d'histoire en fait. Donc ça veut dire que là, il nous en restera 7. Donc 7 x 3, il nous reste minimum 21 épisodes de quête. d'histoire avant de partir pour le volant chez nous. En vrai, on verra, on fera peut-être... En vrai, je pense qu'on va faire... on va finir celle-là, on va faire celle de Mondstadt, et après on ira au volant chez nous. Je pense que les 4 quêtes d'histoire, on les fera après... on les fera avant, entre le volant chez nous et, entre le volant chez nous et la reprise du principal. Je pense. Comme ça, au moins, on pourra avoir le 100% de faire les quêtes secondaires à la foulée. Parler aux habitants de Ritu.
These people from the Tenryou Commission have been here for days now.
I guess they're here to pick up Lady Hiragi. But why would it be taking so long?
I heard that the Kanjo Commission suddenly said they don't want Lady Hiragi to leave. To be honest, I'd be hesitant if I were her. A crowd this size comes to Rito? Who knows what they could be planning?
Shh, stay quiet. Someone might hear you.
Oh, right. Sorry. How did things get to this point?
Ça y est, ça commence à être la merde. Enfin, les gens pensent que c'est la merde en fait. Alors que pas du tout.
Hello. How may I help?
On ne voit pas autant de gens de la commission administrative ici d'habitude.
We arrived here 2 days ago to escort Lady Hiragi to Inazuma City. Sir Kujo Kamaji gave us very strict orders, so we have to obey. But every time we attempt to receive the bride, the Hiragi clan always finds an excuse to delay things. Since we haven't fulfilled our duties yet, we decided to stay in Rito until Lady Hiragi is ready to come with us.
Tout le monde se fait des idées.
We apologize. It was not our intention to stay here so long. We promise our presence here will not impact ordinary people's lives. We can only hope that the leaders of the Hiragi clan will start to cooperate soon. If this stalemate continues, who knows? Sir Kujo might give us orders to be less accommodating.
Et si on va ici, qu'est-ce qu'ils ont raconté?
How much longer does your master plan to hold them off?
I have no idea. We're stuck in limbo here. Master's been very on edge these past few days. He gets irate over the smallest things, and is suspicious of everything. He's been yelling at me a lot. I understand that he's anxious, but I mean, what can we do? I've told him before, never cross the Yashiro Commissioner.
Yeah, good advice. With him, you just know that whatever he's doing, a lot of preparation has gone into it. If Lady Hiragi is really taken away, then what will the Tenryou Commission do? And what will the Yashiro Commission do?
Maybe we should tell Master to discuss things with Lady Hiragi.
Hiragi Chisato is now at the center of
Rencontrer parler à Hiragi Chisato. Alors bon, on va s'arrêter ici pour l'épisode parce qu'on est déjà à 43 minutes. Ouais, on va s'arrêter là. En tout cas, j'espère que l'épisode vous aura plu. En tout cas, si c'est le cas, n'hésitez pas à liker, partager, à commenter, à vous abonner, à activer la cloche. N'hésitez pas non plus à nous rejoindre sur le serveur Discord et sur la chaîne Twitch pour ne manquer des aventures en direct. Et on se retrouve dès demain pour le fin mot de cette fameuse histoire. Et sûrement le début de la quête de Mona, je pense. Allez, c'était Damoclès, merci d'avoir suivi. Salut, salut.